My name is Reincarnation West, reaching you live and direct from the heart of Africa. If this is your first time watching me on this channel, you are highly welcome. This is a place where we separate the facts from the fiction, the science from the superstitions, and the concepts from the misconceptions about African spirituality. Today, I am still going to be talking about the science of reincarnation, how to plan your next reincarnation or incarnation. Yes, there is a science to that. Yes, you can plan it. Okay, it's not arbitrary. And today I'm going to be sharing that with you. For those people that are interested in this topic, if there's actually reincarnation, if it's a possibility, and if you can actually do anything to affect it, this is the video for you. So it's a very interesting video, but before then, I want us to do our customary libations, okay? So please get your libation glass and your libation bowl. Any part of the world that you are in, please join in now. And let's talk about this topic. Get your whiskey, your cognac, your rum, your gin, your akpeteshi, your wine, your caviar, anything you like to drink. Ogogoro, ogos, jedi, zobo, all of them. Any one way suit your ganja. Join in, let's call some names. Let's call our ancestors, our spiritual warriors, our fathers and mothers that have come before us. All this is part of the reincarnation thing we are doing. Everything we do on this channel is synchronized. African spirituality is all connected. Okay, the science, the history, everything is connected. The spirituality. This libation is also part of the reincarnation we are talking about today. When you do this, we call people that have come before us, people that we are connected to genetically, spiritually, historically. It is all part of the topic. So please get your whiskey, anything that your bobo, your zobo. Let's call some of our collective African ancestors and bring them into play. If for nothing else, it's a fine excuse to just wet your mouth today. And we always celebrate. So get your bowl and let's roll out before we start this topic. Okay, it's very nice. And it's good to be in fellowship. There's a way 2 or 3 are gathered in their names. They are always there. So I'll be calling upon Eshu, the first opener of the way. Eshu, Ekwensu, the dark sailor, the great Igbeweja, Omini, the most powerful, most understanding, and the one that gives us guidance. And come today to give us the understanding, overstanding, understanding, grandstanding of whatever we are going to be saying today. We give you this ring today. We ask you to open our way, open our eyes, open our mind, and give us the ability to understand the things we'll be doing today. Take your drink home. It's Popagira, we call you today. We ask the same thing from you. We acknowledge you and we thank you for the good work we have been doing in the upliftment and development and improvement of our condition upon this planet. It's, we call upon Oshun, Mother of Divinity, Mother of Love, Mother of Prosperity, Mother of Creativity, Inspiration, Beauty, Music, all good things. We ask for your overstanding in this matter today. We call upon Orumila, we ask for your wisdom. We call upon Ubatala, we ask for your wisdom. We call upon Sekhmet, we ask for your wisdom and your guidance. We call upon Oya, we ask for your wisdom and your guidance. We call upon Ogun, Shangu, Amadioa. We call upon Hofuri. We call upon Hohore. We call upon our brothers and sisters of the Sitara, people that have come before us. We call upon our Jehuti, Asa, Aset. We call upon Impu, Anubis. We call upon our great ancient African teachers and spiritualists, people like Dr. John Eric Clark, Dr. Joseph Hackerman, Dr. Ivan Setima, Thomas Sankara, Julius Nyerere, Marcus Garvey, Malcolm X, Martin Luther King, Michael Jackson, Bob Marley, Lucky Dube, Majek Fashek, Fela Aníkúlápó Kuti. We call upon Harriet Tubman, Sister Francis, We call upon great, powerful people all over the world that have stood for justice, righteousness, harmonious balance, people that have died fighting for freedom, emancipation of the black race, of the African people. We call upon the great spirits of people that have been murdered in the course of standing their ground, all of the people that have been incarcerated unjustly, people in prison in different parts of the world, our Native American brothers and sisters that have been almost eradicated. We give their spirit this drink today. We acknowledge them. We acknowledge the genocide of people that have been killed in South Africa, in Congo, Zimbabwe, Namibia, Angola, Sudan, Somalia, all the African people that have died fighting to preserve the consciousness, the spirituality, the dignity, integrity of this great land, of this great motherland. We acknowledge you today. We give you this drink. We give you life today. We ask you to rise and continue to fight for justice. We ask you not to rest. We ask you to continue to do your work. All the people that have been persecuted unjustly, people that died during transatlantic slave trade, people that they have died, or ancestors in Australia, in Canada, all over the world, we give you this drink today. We ask the blood of our ancestors to speak for us, the blood of the innocent people of Africa to speak for us, the ancient blood of power of my bloodline to speak for us, blood of Ominigo speak for us, blood of Bose speak for us, blood of Onoma can speak for us, continue to guide us, continue to point us in the right direction, and move us into a greater glory, a greater tomorrow. We ask this in the name of Hamera. We ask this in the name of Heteru. We ask this in the name of Olodumare. We ask this in the name of Ogun, in the name of Amadioa, in the name of Ubatala. It's Yaguari. It is done. So now that we have gotten this out of the way, we can now talk about the business of today, which is how to plan your reincarnation. This the science of reincarnation is something that is very, very real. This means the process of coming back to life in another body when you cross over. Okay, according to many mainstream religion, they say reincarnation is not real, especially Christianity. They are the ones that have been spreading this lie. There are two major lies against reincarnation. One is that it's nothing like that. It does not exist. The Christians will tell you it's appointed unto man to die once, after that is judgment. That is a very big lie. Why they are spreading this lie is that they don't want you to work to plan your reincarnation into the future. They don't want you to live a very good life and live a very good foundation for your future generations, because they tell you that everybody have a personal relationship with God, that your children are not you, they have their own race to run, that you have to care all about yourself, extreme individuality, that your children are just separate from you. So when you die, you go to face God, and when you die, one thing will happen. It's either you go to heaven or you go to hell, and we only have one shot at life. This is a very big, big lie from the pits of hell. Why they are saying this is that they don't want you to plan your life properly. They don't want you to care about your children. They don't want you to leave generational wealth for your children. And they just want you to waste your life doing nothing productive, nothing spiritually productive. They want you to live your life without connecting to your people around you, having genuine, authentic connection with your family members. They don't want you to have a authentic, genuine connection with your children. They want you to just waste your life promoting this myth or this fairy tale of their Christian God, using you as a battery to spread their evil gospel of ignorance and darkness and backwardness among your own people. And when you die, your people will be also confused as you. You people cannot be able to focus or rebuild or build a better legacy for yourself. So that is why Christianity and Islam is the most evil religion in the world, because of the lies that they share and perpetrate. When they say they evangelize, they are spreading lies, ignorance, and darkness all over the world. Okay? The same white people that give us the Bible, they always focus on generational wealth for their children, because they know they will reincarnate back into their children. White people, the Caucasians, the people that wrote this Bible, as in the people in Europe, the NATO countries, Scandinavian people, the people that originate from this Neanderthals. These are the mentality that they preach, the psychology and philosophy to other people. That this religion, you need to go to Master Jesus and forget about everything else, all your problems will be solved. But the wrong thing with this notion is that it does not encourage you to plan for your future, to plan for your reincarnation. And meanwhile, they plan for the reincarnation. They always have life insurance, and they always leave generational wealth to their children. If they don't believe in reincarnation, they will never do this. They never play with generational wealth. You will see them always building businesses and making sure they pass it to the next generation. They never sell off their businesses. When you see people like Mark Zuckerberg, Jeff Bezos, Warren Buffett, the Koch brothers, the Rothschilds, all these are people that built their legacy on generational wealth. Nowadays, you will see black people in America, in Nigeria, they'll just build your own business. Before you know, they sell it for $1 billion, $2 billion to a foreign company. They don't focus on transferring that business to the next generation because they don't apply this principle. We have a lot of billionaires in Africa, but Africa is still poor. How is this so? They don't know how, they don't understand the secret and power of generational wealth because they don't know the science of reincarnation. Another wrong thing about reincarnation is the myth spread by this Indian, Hinduism, and Buddhism that you can reincarnate into another race. They spread this lie that you can reincarnate from an animal. A goat can incarnate into a lion, and a lion can reincarnate into an elephant. Elephant can reincarnate into a giraffe. That is another big misconception and lie in Hinduism, in Buddhism. That is why these spiritual systems can never work for Africans. If you're an African, you're practicing Hinduism and Buddhism, and you think it is the way forward, I feel sorry for you. That mentality and that spiritual system can never build Africa. You do not reincarnate outside your race. You do not reincarnate from a man to a lion, or a lion cannot reincarnate into a man. It's impossible. For the mere fact that reincarnation is not only spiritual, it is also genetic, it is also physical. You can only give birth to the thing that you are the parents from. For instance, cassava cannot reincarnate into orange. Orange, when you plant orange seeds, you can never get tomatoes. Even if you plant orange in 1,000,000 years, you keep having orange seed. You planting orange, you will only be getting orange. You will not get apple. You will not get okra. You will not get banana. Okay? It does not work like that. The only way you can be able to do this in agricultural science is when you graft two plants together. Okay? In humanity, your DNA that you carry the DNA from your first ancient ancestors. When you give birth, you get married, you pass that the same genetic DNA sequence you are carrying in your blood to your children. This is how it happens. It is a genetic process. There is no way a full black man that is married to a full black woman will ever reincarnate into a Caucasian race or a Hindu race. It is impossible spiritually, genetically, and physically. This is what I'm trying to make clear with this video. Okay? The only way a black man can reincarnate as a white man is maybe if that black man get married to a white woman and then they have mixed babies. Now these babies will come out as mixed and they will now have two ancestors. Ancestors from the black side, ancestors of the white side, because they carry both blood inside them, both gen inside them. Then if those children choose to marry, maybe a black man and a white woman come together, they have mixed baby, they have a child. If that child choose to marry a black woman or a black man in the future, that child will have much more black blood in them. So they will have much more ancestors. They will have a higher chance of reincarnating continually in the African lineage. But if that child choose to marry a white person that is less melanated by them, it will have much more white Caucasian ancestors in his bloodline. And his future primogeniture will come out as white, quite naturally. This is the way the science work. So you can plan your next reincarnation based on who you marry to. Okay, it is common sense approach, scientifically valid 100%. We can plan our reincarnation. Okay, so this notion of saying that people will die and the ways you have some black people out of maybe spiritual illiteracy or laziness or self-hate, always wish to be white in my next life. Many black people have said this. Even me, when I was in European, I wish like this, that I want to become a white man in my next life. I'm tired of suffering as a black man. It will never happen. Okay, the only way it will happen if you go to Europe and you get married to a white person and you have children with that person, and those children choose to marry white people. That is when that way you have cut yourself off from your African lineage. You have not switched ancestors. This is very possible. If those your children choose to marry whites, then you have not switched. This is the only way you can become a white person. But if you're here in Africa suffering, praying every day to become a white man, you will never become a white man. Even if you bleach your skin, almost like more than Michael Jackson, you bleach your skin, you change your hair, you change your nose, you do all your plastic cosmetic surgery, breast implants, Botox, yansh out, you will still never become a white person. Okay? No spell, no jazz go work. Except that you have to do the scientific thing. You do gene editing. You get the embryo or the sperm of a white person and you mix it up in genetically engineering. Okay, gene editing. How do they call this day? People do this, these designer babies. That is the only way. Okay, so you can plan your reincarnation. You plan it based on who you get married to. Okay, so you have to be careful the kind of people you have relationship with, because you have a high chance of reincarnating into that family in the future. When you see a man come together with a woman, they are forming a new kind of genetic makeup that is unique. She carrying the bloodline of her family, but from both her mom's side and her father's side, all their genetic code is inside that woman. You yourself carrying from your mother's side, from your father's side, all the genetic code, and you come together to form a new strand of mixing of this DNA, a unique personality, a unique person that is not identical to anyone else on the planet. We keep recreating every day. We create something new. Every time people get married, they keep creating new universe and human beings that have unique genetic makeups. We form them, we are God in human form. Okay? So this is a pure scientific genetic process. You can plan where you want to reincarnate to if you carry out the right actions by taking the right steps, not by praying. You cannot pray your way into the white race because you hate Africa so much. The only way to do that is to marry into the white race. Just like if a white person wants to become an African, the highest thing they can do is to marry into an African race, marry a black person. This is the way. This is the only way to get to change your DNA, your genetic makeup in the future. So you can plan your reincarnation. You can plan who you want to be. It is scientifically valid. If you want to be rich and you don't know how to do, sometimes some women, they marry a rich man. You come from a poor family, you marry a rich man, you have married into wealth. Your children will become automatically wealthy, and when you reincarnate again, you reincarnate into money. That's why you see royal families, they know about this genetic principle. Royal families in the past, they only marry themselves because they know that they are going to reincarnate back and that they are going to maintain that bloodline and that wealth that is in the family. They don't marry any people that intelligent. They don't marry anyhow. They don't sleep around anyhow because it can affect them in the future. You need to plan your next reincarnation. If you're a man that has so many women, you have children all over the place, you can reincarnate in any of them. Maybe it's a woman you don't like, you can find yourself there, and you are there. Okay? You have to plan this thing. It is common sense, scientific approach. It is not hocus pocus. So those people that are saying that reincarnation is possible to just jump into race to race. No. It is scientifically valid. A goat can never give birth to a lion. A goat will always give birth to a goat. If you mate them for the next 1 million years, there will only be goats. If an Indian couple decide to have children from now to the next 500 years, they will only be having Indian children. Okay, if a white Caucasian people do the same thing, it is the same thing. It is based on your bloodline. Okay, this is how the thing happens. So you can plan it based on the kind of person you get hooked up to. So you need to be very intentional about this, about your future. Okay, then there's this question somebody asked me: what if I did not give birth? I did not have a child in my lifetime. Can I still reincarnate? Yes, you can still reincarnate. You can reincarnate based on your family bloodline. Maybe you didn't have a child, something happened to you, or you choose not to, and you still want to reincarnate. You can reincarnate in maybe your brother or your sister's children. It is also possible. If the divine universe says you still need to come back to this life to do some work, you will still reincarnate within that bloodline. Or if the person take care of adopted children, he has adopted children that he raised by himself. That's okay, I can't have children, but I take care of other children. That person can still reincarnate in the bloodline of those children. Okay, it is very possible because it's based on your closeness, your affinity to those people that are around you. So people that do not have child, they can also reincarnate too, based on the people they surround themselves with or they are doing things with. Okay, it is a spiritual process and also a scientific process too. So reincarnation, you can plan it just the way you plan any other thing you want to do. Okay, if you say, okay, I want to reincarnate in America, you get married to somebody from America quite naturally. You have children, they can live there, have dual citizenship. When they're born, they're automatically American citizen. And when you die, you have a high chance of one of those children giving birth, and then you come back as an American person. It is very, very possible like that. You can plan this reincarnation thing just the way you plan any other thing. Okay, that's why in Africa in those days when people want to get married, they study the family very well. They don't just think about love. They will go and check the background of that family to see if there's any history of insanity or criminality, any negative trait in that family. If there's this negative trait they don't like, they don't go into that family, because when you go there, you kind of marry the family, the genetic characteristics blended with yours, with what your children will inherit, will carry. So if those people are thieves and you got married to somebody from a family of thieves, there's high chance that your children will have the probability to still be thieves in a way. Or if they are promiscuous in that family, you got married to somebody from there, the promiscuous gene will also come inside your family bloodline as well. So you have to find a way to protect your bloodline by planning your reincarnation. Who the kind of person you get married to will determine how you will come back, or when you will come back, what will happen to you. Okay, so it is a scientific process and you can plan it. Okay, it is not arbitrary. You cannot wish your way into it like that. You cannot pray your way into it like that. Okay, you must do certain things. You can do some spiritual things as well to also reincarnate in a certain way. Let's say you're a white person and you want to become a black person. It depends on your affinity or your closeness to the black. If you are familiar with Africa, you love Africa, you have been doing things, you involve in African spirituality a lot, there's a high chance of the white person reincarnating as an African in their next life due to their close spiritual connection with African people and the African deities. There's a possibility there. There's a certain time a white woman came to me, and I don't know what happened, but she wanted to kind of study African spirituality. And this was a woman that her parents were involved in the slave trade in Mississippi. Her parents were slave traders. These are people that actually took Africans as slaves. And this lady, she grew up, she inherited the slave legacy, but she was always having nightmares. She could not sleep. She was always on serious drugs. So much she forced her way into connecting me that she want to learn African spirituality. I was shocked, but I said, okay, let me just see. So I did some oracle thing. What they told her that she need to grow a tree of blood. I don't know why, how that is necessary. And that is what the spirits at that time require of her to do. She's going to plant a tree that she's going to water it with menstrual blood. That was what they asked her to do. But she could not do it. So she left. So there's kind of a way of other people to also reincarnate into the other races through some kind of spiritual concepts and ways too, by practicing different forms of African spirituality. Other races can be able to come in, but those people, they have to be sincere about the practice, and they have to be willing to do things to also help or assist the people, that is the African people, in a way, to be able to change, to not want to be who they used to be. There's a way for that too, and that is a spiritual will. It's sort of like their spiritual connection. Like there's this lady too that came to Nigeria at that time, Susan Wagon, at the Oshun Grove. She was the curator. She spent over 50 years in that grove. That kind of woman, and she did many things for that Oshun Grove. She actually loved Africa. I can say she did more for African spirituality than many practitioners as well. That kind of person, I strongly believe that woman in her next reincarnation, she will become an African person, because the way the woman took this African spirituality on her head, you will say that she's just Caucasian in skin, but in spirit, in mind, mentality, everything about her was African. If you see that woman, you see the kind of things, you will not believe that this woman is a white woman. There are people like this. So a person can be able to change their race in a way, maybe to the affinity to spirituality, but I don't know if it will work for black Christians. So I don't know about that too, but I've seen some white people that display this kind of close affinity or understanding of African spirituality, and they're actually doing the work actively to make a change. So there's a possibility. I will not say I am not the supreme universe to decide who gets to transmit and who gets to come into this race or who does not get to come in that race. But what I will tell you, that reincarnation is genetic. You can plan it. You can plan it by taking certain actions towards what you want to do, how you want to come back. The kind of person you get married to matters a lot in your next reincarnation. If you marry an Indian person, there's a high chance that either you can come as an Indian, as an African. The kind of person you marry to matters a lot. So you can plan your reincarnation. You can also plan the kind of life you want to live by the kind of legacy that you create in this life now will determine how the kind of life you want to live in your next life, the kind of things you want to do. Focusing on the greater goal of thinking about everybody as including you being selfish or focusing on yourself alone can go a long way. Creating a lasting legacy can go a long way to determine how your next life will be when you come back. So it is better for you to live a kind of life that will be positive, a life that will impact the people around you, your community, in a productive way. The essence is to make heaven on earth, not going to heaven. Turn your life, your community into a paradise, so that when you're reincarnating back, you will reincarnate into a better place. Not running to leave your community, you're not running to leave Africa to go and marry in Europe and become somebody there. For me, that is, I see you as a deserter in a way. I see that spirit as a deserter. And somebody that is afraid of doing the work or is lazy. It's easier to get married to a European and reincarnate there. You leave your African responsibilities. But for me, this is where the fire is. So I will want to still be an African in a way. I still want to, because this is a real paradise. This is the real Garden of Eden. This Africa. So this is a place for me that I would love to come back to. But you can have your choice. Not everybody cannot be the same. Maybe your destiny might be in Europe, it might be somewhere else, it may not be in Africa. Okay, so you can choose this. If you want to really join the struggle, you want to focus on helping Africa to move forward. There are things you can do, practical steps that you can do. Actually making solid contact with the continent, getting married to somebody from the continent, and having children that are connected to the continent is a very good thing that will help the continent grow. Then also practicing African spirituality will increase your connection with the continent, authentic African spirituality, and you will have a high chance of reincarnating back. When you make all these steps, you will have a high chance of coming back here. And if you don't also have children too, practicing African spirituality will also help you to also reincarnate back as an African, because your spiritual concept, mind, body, and soul is in Africa. All the deities are we venerating, pouring libations to. You have a high chance of reincarnating back to Africa when you practice African spirituality. This is a sure way of reincarnating us, because your spiritual concept make up your spiritual embodiment, body, and everything. So, and you have a high chance of coming back when you practice African spirituality. So for people that we like to become Africans, this is a clear way for you to, this is a way of things that you can do to help you. You have to have a solid spiritual connection with the motherland. This is what I'm trying to say. Okay? As you continue to do this, your connection gets stronger. You make contact with authentic African deities. And once you make solid contact, there is no going back. You are an African. As far as the spirits make contact with you, and you do things together, they have already accepted you. And this is your home. This is your new home. You have to make it better. Okay? When the ancestors or the spirits call you, you cannot say no. It's not everybody that are called. You have to answer the call. If you don't answer the call, well, it will be sad. So you take the initiative. Okay? So this is my own take about how to plan your reincarnation. Who you get married to matters. Your spiritual practice matters. Okay? So if you really want to be an African, the road is wide open. It's for you to make that decision and do the things that needs to be done. And here you are. There's work to be done. You can see the way the continent is. There's serious work to be done. This is not the time for partying like other races, enjoying themselves. We have a lot of work to be done. So it's not an easy thing. Many people are afraid of it. That's why they choose to remain in Christianity. Many people are afraid. That's why they're running to Europe, running to America. They want soft landing. They want comfort. They want peace. They want rest. There is no comfort here in Africa. I can tell you that it's constant warfare. A place like Nigeria, even with your money, you still don't have comfort. You still don't have security. It is war. Are you ready for that kind of lifestyle? Are you ready for that kind of thing? If you are not ready, it may not be for you. Don't come to Nigeria. There are many more peaceful places all over the world, but Nigeria is not a place of peace. We don't have light here. I need to tell you that one first. There's a lot of mosquitoes here. And there's a lot of acrimony here. There's a lot of chaos here. So it's not exactly, but we are planning to make it a paradise. Yeah? In the future, we go make them better. But now, as we see them, that's how we take the knack and they go. Anyhow, you see them, you wake up in the morning, that's how you the knack and they go. So that's how the country be. But if you still want to become an African, you are welcome. You have to plan your incarnation very, very well. Get married to a Nigerian. And you do the African thing, and I think you are set. So this is what I have to say today. Questions or comments are welcome. I would like to hear your opinion. This is a very controversial topic. And please like and share the video. Subscribe to the channel. Please share my videos. Please share it in your group. Share it in your forum. Do not hide my videos. Help me to spread it so that they can go viral. A lot of people are looking for these topics. Many spiritualists don't talk about them. They want to tell you this spirituality is a peaceful path. It's a soft path. You just come to them, all your problems will be solved. It's a lie. It's a very big lie. Spirituality is not a peaceful path. It's a part of war. It's a part of opposition. It's a part of going against the grain. It's a part of you saying, I want to separate myself from the head. I want to do my own thing. I don't want to be like everybody. I want to find my own path. So spirituality is not the path of peace. You will have enemies. And people will talk things, you will talk back. There are many times you have to fight. You will curse people. They will insult you. You will insult back. They will send spell to you. You will say, it's a part of war. Don't let anybody deceive you. So are you ready for this kind of thing? It's part of sacrifice. You're going to lose many things when you want to be different, especially in a place in Africa. There are many people that will refuse to be my friend because I practice African spirituality. There are many people that see me automatically as the enemy. The enemy sees you like that you are a child of devil because you practice your own indigenous spirituality. They see you as a demon. They see you as an agent of Satan. So many things you will lose. But what you will gain, you cannot measure what you are going to gain is for eternity. Many things that I lost, I don't regret losing them. There are things that I don't need. All the things that I need, I have them. The things that are helping, I have them in abundance. So the things you will lose are things that is not serving you. So you have to make sacrifices. As a practitioner, you lost many people. There are many babes I cannot talk to. They will not talk to me because I am not a Christian. But I don't care. I don't send them. There are many places I cannot go to. I don't go to unnecessary parties, dedication. I don't eat free food. I don't greet certain people and they don't greet me because we don't have the same spiritual practice. I am always on alert because I don't trust so many people. You always like this. It's a part of acrimony and friction. Okay? Are you ready for this kind of lifestyle? Family members are there that you are not going to talk to for the rest of your life. I have a long list of people just simply because I choose to be this way. I choose to practice African spirituality. I choose to identify with it. And I'm proud to say that many families cut me off and I don't give a damn about them. I have also cut them off too. The family I have now is my gods and ancestors, my spirit family, people that think the same way with me. When I reincarnate my next incarnation, I am going to be with those people. Okay? Those people that resonate in the same vibrational frequency, those are the people that I want to see myself with. The authentic, original African deities, the people like Marcus Garvey, Malcolm X, these are the people I want to see myself with when I cross over. Not any scallywag, not those puppets, musicians, and hip-hop artists. The authentic people I know that I want to meet with, those are the people that I want to reincarnate with. I want to come out as a primogeniture of those kind of people. So I am currently planning my next reincarnation with the kind of actions I am doing right now. With my vision, my mission, my dream. Every fundament of my being is towards the freedom and emancipation of my people. So this mission is spanning across this lifetime. When I do what I can do, when I die, I keep doing the mission. When I come back, I keep doing the mission. It does not end with this lifetime. Because I want to see my people in a better place and I want to reincarnate back in a better world where the African person is free and can stand shoulder to shoulder, equal with other people all over the world. So my own dream and vision is different from people that are just looking to get some money, build a house, get married, and enjoy themselves. That is their limited, myopic dream they are having now. They are getting it now. They think they are smart. It will die here with them. But my own dream is bigger than that one. Okay, so I will have to suffer now so that I can enjoy later on. But now they are enjoying now and they will suffer later on because they are slaves and they don't know. And I'm on the path of being a God, a living God, or everlasting deity, something like that. So we have different mentality. So we cannot be the same. Okay, so you have to choose the path you want to go. The easy paths or the hard paths that will later become easy. So there is work to be done. And it's not a part of peace. It's not a part of rest. All your problems will not go away when you come here overnight. You have to be prepared for what you are stepping into. And I need to tell you this truth. So if you are still ready, you are welcome. Many are called, few are choosing. Everybody is invited. Nobody is delighted. So you are all welcome to Africa. You are all welcome to join, whether you're white, blue, yellow, green. You are all welcome to Africa. Welcome to African spirituality. Your efforts is what will determine whether you will be here. Your effort, your productivity, your dedication will determine if you will reincarnate to being an African or if you're just here to just on a vacation. So everybody is welcome. We cannot gatekeep who, because we don't know the true children of Africa. Even so many black people, they are not doing the work. I see them every day. Many of them claiming African spirituality. They don't do anything to help Africa. They are not moving one finger forward. I have many of them on my Facebook. I see them every day. You say you practice African spirit, you do nothing to help Africa. But you keep running your mouth that you're practicing. What is the practice? When we're not seeing the labor of your practice, we're not seeing anything to even share memes, share knowledge, nothing. I see these people every day. They are black people like me and you. So a white person that is doing the work, is he not better than this kind of black people? Are we going to restrict who we come in or who we're not coming? We cannot really restrict, but we have to be careful the kind of foreigners we let in, because a lot of them are coming in for exploitation. But if the person is really true and genuine, I believe they will be here if they really want to be here. Okay, so this is the way I see it. So I think I will leave the rest to you. And questions or comments are welcome, please. For those people that have not gotten my book, Quantum Physics and African Spirituality, this book is the first book written on this topic of quantum physics from a pure Afrocentric perspective. It will teach you the origin of African spirituality in Africa, the scientific principles regarding African spirituality, the origin of the Christian religion, and it will bring you up to speed with the topics of today of time travel, space travel, black matter consciousness, the 666, the wormhole, all these things modern science are talking about, ghost DNA. I put everything here. So if you want to update your body of knowledge, this is a very good book. This is the first book on quantum physics as big as Nigeria. I saw that nobody has written a book on this subject. I say this is a disgrace. I must write on this subject because this is a very powerful subject. This is the study of the invisible particles of nature. That is quantum physics. The same thing we are doing here in African spirituality. Quantum physics and African spirituality is one and the same thing. So why are we neglecting this important topic? This is what propelled me to write this book. So if you have not gotten to this level, you don't know what is this quantum physics, this will help you know it. So please get this book and start your journey today. Don't wait for nobody. Ignorance is too expensive. If you want to practice African spirituality, you will go to a point where you will come to this level. When spirituality and science will meet, this is the meeting point. And you need to synchronize it and you need to understand it so that you can move forward. We have plasma physics waiting for us. Nobody has written that book yet. Plasma physics is waiting after this one. Oh. That book is a very powerful book. I have not written that. People will not, we are not consume this quantum physics. How can we know plasma physics? People that are doing plasma physics are German scientists and Russian scientists, NASA scientists. Those are the people working on that. Now, Africa never ready for that. I'm not sure we have any nuclear plants in Africa itself. We never finished nuclear physics. Why are we talking about quantum? We want to go. It's not impossible. You must grow. So all of you need to get this book so that we can prepare our mind, prepare the next generation for what is coming. So you need to read this book. It doesn't matter if you are a spiritualist or not. You need to know what is happening. Know your way, not the course. Please get this book now, update yourself, and start moving forward. This one contains 200 spells. If you want to know how to do spells by yourself or yourself, there's many things here for health, especially for health, prosperity, love, wealth. Stuff is here. Very useful book. With this book, you don't need to be going to many spiritualists asking for spell. Once you have this book, you can do many things by yourself. And is that not much better? Practice makes perfect. Learning and doing things with your hands is better than always calling somebody on the phone. No, I want to do this. I want to do this. You will be paying. When people call me, I charge them because my time, energy, and expertise goes into it. But with this book, you can be learning how to do things by yourself, small. Before 6 months, your hand is strong. It will help you grow. It will help you move forward. It will help us grow. Get this book for somebody you love, or for your children, the next generation. Give them a head start. Many people want to learn African spirituality. They don't know where to go. You don't need to fly to Africa. Get just these two books. We give you a powerful head start. Just these two. Okay, I am writing a third one. Oh. That third one will be on how to connect with African deities directly. Very powerful book is coming before the end of this year. Okay, that book will solve many problems for people. It will make you not to be going to all these parasitic deities. It will make you have direct connection with African spirits. That book is currently on the works. Before this year, I will finish it again. It will be a very good book too that will connect you directly with African spirits one-on-one. So we need to move forward. We need to be productive. We need to be proactive. We need to be conscious. You can plan your next reincarnation. Don't think it's by fate. It's not by fate. Who you marry to matters. How you marry matters. Okay? This, you can plan it. Okra will not grow apple. Apple will not grow tomatoes. Tomatoes will not grow pepper. Okay? It's what is in your blood that you will give. Garbage in, garbage out. Who you mix your blood with matters. So you plan your reincarnation anyhow you want to plan it. Anything you are doing, get wisdom. If you leave it to chance, chance will happen to you. If you plan it carefully, you will get careful results. You want to become an African, this is how you can become. Easiest way, marry an African. Practice African spirituality. Okay? So with that, I hope this one is clear. Then if you don't have children, practice African spirituality, support the continent. You can also adopt children, the kind of children you like to reincarnate to, adopt them and train them. And do the things that you need to do, fulfill the parental role. Become a good parent to the children. This will help you, being a good parent, being there for them. It will help you a lot in the process of reincarnating. Okay? So apart from that, I thank you very much. Those people that have been watching me, supporting me on this channel, I am very, very grateful. Very, very delighted. Things are working out fine. We are moving forward. And those people that you like to register to join to learn African spirituality, I teach it. I teach it organically. I teach it very well. You're going to learn a lot of things. This is a river of knowledge. Here we swim and dive inside that river. We also drink from the river. When you come to this channel, it is filled with knowledge. There's a lot of articles I post every day. Just reading the articles, you drinking from this channel, it will transform your life. If you are tired of that, you want to know more deeper secrets, register for my program. I will teach you the deeper secrets again. This is the river of knowledge. You want to know something, you want to know African spirituality, this should be your first and last bus stop. Okay? Welcome to the river of knowledge. Come and swim with us here. We have too much knowledge. We're just giving it away for free. So come and join us, get some knowledge, empower yourself, and start doing the things you are supposed to do. Start fulfilling your destiny, and we all grow together. Okay? So I thank you very much for watching today. It's a pleasure, and I'll be seeing you in the subsequent videos as usual. So take care and bye. Peace.